Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Uncle Kevin. As filmmakers and content creators, the norm is for us to shy away from financial topics, mainly because we lack the expertise or fear of having money take away our creativity. A lot of times when we speak about money with our friends or when we speak about money in the community, it feels as if you are doing the wrong thing. When you're like, oh, I want to get paid, I want to do this. People often say, focus on the craft, focus on working on focus on the work that you're doing. Don't speak about money. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys of how I'm setting my financial goals for this year, because I, for one, do not want to be a struggling artist. I, for one, do not want to be a struggling filmmaker. Money heavily impacts the creative industry. In order to get most of the things done, it costs a lot of money. For example, last year we were shooting a short film, and in order to do that short film, we are getting charged almost $500 a day to have it edited, which translates to like $2,500 for the week, because it will take this guy 5 days and then he wants an extra day, which is bringing our total spent on just editing the film to $5,000. And this is money that has to be paid out of pocket. And with short films, if you know anything about short films, you know that the chances of you making any money from them are very low, because we have to compete in festivals. That's even if we get picked. So we work in an industry that demands a lot of money, and I think that speaking about finance is something that we should normalize. So last year for me served as a big massive lesson that I should have a financial plan in place when to be ready to be ready, because like right now we find ourselves having to scrap for money to get our short film done. So this year I'll be moving a little bit different. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you my vision, roadmap, and simple 3-step formula of how I'll be using to set my goals and give them a chance to succeed. Before I set my goals, I'm going to share with you guys a thing that I learned from Masterclass. I don't know if you've seen Masterclass, but yeah, I signed up to Masterclass, and in that there was a class that I took by a graphics designer called David Gasson. In the final class, which is titled Make It Happen, he makes us do an exercise whereby you have essentially, think of it as you draw a line on a piece of paper. And then when you draw that line, you want to put in 3 points. The 3 points are the day you were born, today's date, and the day that you think you're going to die. So this can be 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 50 years from now. And then what you want to do is shade off the day you were born to now. And then once you've shaded off that's time that's already gone. And then there's the time that's left between now and the time that you think you're going to die. So the ultimate question is, at the end of your life, what do you want to have achieved? What do you want to have done? In that period of time, that's the amount of time that you have. So for example, if you said to say if you're at the age of 30 and you say you're going to die at 80, you have 50 years left between now and 80. What are you going to do? And the way you want to think about it is using this story that they use in psychology, where they say at the end of they did like a survey, and most people when they're deathbeds, they ask them, what do you regret the most? For most people, the thing that they regretted the most it wasn't the things that they had done, it wasn't the things that they had said. Most people, what they regretted was the things that they wished they had done when they had the opportunity to do. So as you're setting your goals, you want to think about it in this way. From now until the day you die, what do you want to achieve, and what is it going to take for you to get there? That way, your goals that you set for this year, they help you become the person that you wish to be. So for example, for me, the goals that I have is, number one, to be a Oscar-winning director. And yeah, I don't really care about the Oscar, but I want to make movies that impact the world, and to be able to compete on the global box offices and be able to have movies that fight for the number one. I want to have a $2 billion grossing movie as well. My second goal is to have a media company. So by the time I die, I want to have a media company that produces movies that helps people tell their stories globally. I want to have an impact whereby what I say touches people, and we help other people and create businesses that generate generational wealth, not only for me and my family, but for my friends, for the people who work with us, so that we can also make a stamp on human history. And my final goal is to have traveled the world. I want to go see, like I dream of one day visiting Italy. I dream of one day visiting France. I feel like I want to travel the world. I want to experience Asia. And I don't want to experience these things like, broke, where you're trying to save every dollar and not really enjoy yourself when you're in these places. So yeah, by the time I die, I want to have traveled the world. So ask yourself, what are your goals? These are my 3 goals. Let me know in the comment section, what are your 3 lifetime goals? If you don't want the world knowing what your 3 lifetime goals are, it's all good. Just comment with, I've written down my goals. So the first step for this year that we're going to do is we need to decide 3 goals that we're setting. So we just need 3 goals. We're not going to do more than 3 goals. Here's the thing. Science shows that if you set more than 3 goals, you become overwhelmed. If you set less than 3 goals, you're not really motivated. So what you're going to do is pick 3 goals that you want to pick this year. Once you've picked these 3 goals, you want to filter them through the SMART process. That is basically your goals need to be specific, measurable, attainable, I'm forgetting the R, time conscious. This helps make the goals digestible for you. For example, if your goal is to save $12,000 this year, this goal can be broken down into, I have to save $3,000 if in every 3 months. So every quarter I'll be saving $3,000. And then once you've done that, you now know that every quarter you're saving $3,000. So at the end of the year, you have $12,000. Here's a professional tip. If you set your goals for more than 3 months, you lose focus. If you set them for less than 3 months, it's a lot of pressure for you to achieve them. Your goals have to be ambitious, but they also have to be enough for you to know that you can achieve them. The second step is to set lead measures. The number of mistakes I've made in the past few years when it comes down to goals has been focusing on the outcomes rather than on the processes. So a lot of times I've failed to achieve my goals because I'm constantly being like, oh, I don't have X amount of dollars saved in my bank account. I don't have X amount of goals. Until I read a book called Atomic Habits. In this book, the author says, imagine you are a team playing sports. When 2 teams set out to play a game, they all have the same goal, outscore your opponent. So when they step into the game, let's say it's a football game, it's a soccer game, right? The goal is to outscore your opponent. But if you step in and this is the goal and you keep looking at the scoreboard, you actually do not help yourself. You're hindering yourself from progressing. So what you have to do is, rather than focusing on the scoreboard, is focus on the process and the system that helps you to outplay your opponent, and in the end, know that the goals will achieve themselves. Because if you're outplaying your opponent, for example, in soccer, that means you're cutting through their defenses and being left one-on-one with the goalkeeper and scoring your goals. So if you focus on your strategy, if you focus on the process, then you give yourself a great chance of achieving your goals. And when you're doing this, what you're doing is you're creating the process of lead measures. You're literally telling yourself the things that help you achieve your goals, your processes, and your system. When you do this, you're essentially creating lead measures that can influence more effectively than focusing on the goal itself. For example, if you want to raise X amount of dollars in a certain period and all you do is check your bank balance, that does not help you at all. What you need to do is focus on the lead measure and efforts that help you move that goal. Your lead measures can increase the number of paying clients, core X providers, and reduce my utility bills. A thing I'm doing this year is writing my weekly goals and lead measures down, goals for the month, the week, and tick each off as I complete. Think about this. And then finally, for the third tip of how we can set our financial goals, it's you need to find an accountability partner. Having someone who holds you accountable for how you're going to achieve your goals. This not only helps you track your goals and track what you're trying to do, it gives you that pressure to be able to wake up and go get it done, so that at the end of the week, you do not show up to your partner and say, I didn't achieve this and that. You don't want to be giving someone excuses and disappoint them. Remember, these goals are yours. One person that you can talk to is, if you're in a relationship, talk to your partner. They can hold you accountable and help you. And this can be something that you guys sit down and talk about at the end of the week. Did you achieve what you set out to achieve this week? How can we improve? In doing this and having someone who holds you accountable, you're able to make the adjustments that are necessary in achieving your goals and keeping them top of mind. I think one of the reasons most of us end up not following up with our dreams and our goals is because we don't have anyone to talk to. We don't have anyone to share with who can encourage us in times where we need encouragement, or somebody who can be there to say, hey, focus. You need to focus on what we set out to achieve at the beginning of the year, so that at the end of the year, when we're reflecting, we are able to say, look at what I've done. This is what I've learned, and this is what I've become. It's all about discipline when it comes to change, when it comes to achieving your goals. If you're somebody who's like, hey, Kevin, I hear you, but I do not have goals set. I don't have a dream. I don't have anything. I made a video over here that shows you how I made a decision to pursue my purpose. And if you need another video that helps you in terms of if you failed and you're like, hey, I'm not truly sure, like I still want to do this, click this video. I have another video over there that will help you with this, whereby I talk about the times that I failed in the past year. With that said, peace.